Good afternoon, everyone. We are back. It is the Wrestling Republic Daily Broadcast. My name is Shad. Shad Talks Grabs on Instagram. OcDMV703 on X. If you ain't following me, well, you must be an AEW Dynamite fan. Because today, we're here to talk about Monday Night Raw. Another eventful show. I feel like I say that every week, but it was a very eventful show. A lot of the favorite topics of the crew, and more importantly, I have the crew. So I'm gonna go ahead and kick it off first to my bro Chaos. What's going on, man?
What's good? What's good? What's good? Happy Tuesday, everybody. Clearly, you can see me back in my Take It to the Table universe right here because where I feel safe and sound because the world is popping off with what's happening between Rhea and Liv. I ain't got any time for that. I'm too busy drinking on my Rafe energy drink right now. Besides, also, if you want to get a little sample of this, if you get 10% off, use your code Chaos Rave right here. I'm currently drinking on Cosmo right now. So yeah, this is very tasty indeed. But yeah, I'm looking forward to talking about Monday Night Raw and as well the lead up to quite possibly one of the biggest SummerSlams in a long time. So yeah, I can't wait to get through it with y'all. So let's go.
Nah, for sure. And man, oh man, it's so beautiful. We have these topics that y'all can see right to the wrong direction how my camera's going, whatever it may be. But this SummerSlam is definitely looking kind of crazy as I look at it. I believe we have 7 matches announced, which all those people that have the boo boo face about 5 cards, 5 cards, 5 match cards. You got 7 now, all right? Y'all need to stop complaining, man. I ain't trying to be watching the pay per view till 3 o'clock in the morning Eastern time, but that's neither here or there. um, Also, we have a person that you know, me and Chaos been we had beef with a couple weeks. He decided to not show up to work. Walk away from the grind. I guess I can introduce him.
Boo!
Jordy, how are you doing, man?
Yeah, I'm back. I'm good. It's good to be back on a Tuesday. Thanks for the boo chaos. That makes me feel really at home. That makes me really, truly feel like it's back on a Tuesday. So, no, it's good to be back. I did have a week off. It was other work. I've got to get paid, but we'll put the beef aside because there's a lot to talk about. There's a lot to like about last night's Raw, realistically, when you look at it. Loads of stuff, literally, like even stuff that aren't in the topics here. Like, for example, we saw Uncle Howdy in the ring for the first time. It was nice to see her sister Abigail again. Zelina got a win, which is nice. There's a big push Zelina thing going on X right now, so it's nice to see her pick up a win. So yeah, and then obviously we've got the topics to talk about, which I can see why Chaos has probably got the Take It to the Table background, because I feel like me and Shad might disagree when we get to that final topic. So prepped and ready.
It ain't only me. Chaos gonna disagree with you too, but
no, he's got to mediate, bro.
That's
Exactly,
neither
man. I
here.
gotta be the head of the table right here. I gotta be the media.
Nah, that's neither here or there. And man, let's kick it off with the first topic at hand. Y'all see it. Referee Seth Rollins. We had CM Punk come into the building yesterday, medically cleared. We had Drew McIntyre, who is off his suspension, and we are getting a match between these two. This has probably been one of the coveted matchups in pro wrestling that we've been waiting for, as well as just like arguably one of the best storylines in all of professional wrestling this year. CM Punk, all that he's done to make sure Drew doesn't win a belt, has been great, and we finally get the match, but we get the little wrench thrown into it, and it's Seth Rollins being tied to the match rather than it being a triple threat match. We have him as a special guest referee, and we know Seth's issues with Drew. We know Seth's major issues with CM Punk. I'm very intrigued to see how it goes. We haven't really had like a special guest referee type of match like this. Like I know this used to be a big prominent thing when we were young. Obviously, with Austin in matches and HBK and whatnot. But at least in recent times, I haven't seen one in a big time feud where you have three top guys aligned to it, where you have it, and I'm super excited personally. Anytime you get a chance to uh, implement Seth Rollins into it, and kind of keep this feud going, it's good. I know it's kind of been a bit of a mixed bag of reaction towards people. So I'm definitely curious to see what y'all's thoughts are on it. I'm gonna ask you first, Chaos, just everything in regards to this Drew and Punk match we are getting, but how do you feel Seth being added as the referee?
Well, first off, can I just say a huge shout out to my barber making my hair look beautiful right now. So Soul can't say
Yeah,
anything
you do
about
look
my
fresh,
hairline.
bro. You do look
Thank
fresh.
you, thank you,
I
thank
didn't want to say it because of the
Now
beef
that
at the
joint,
start, but
that joint, he definitely lines his joint up nice. I gotta
you.
give the
Yeah,
man props.
definitely. Shout out to my barber.
props.
But yeah, just wanted to give a personal shout out. Anyway, on to business. Yeah, I'm first off, I'm so happy that Punk is clear. The fact that this has been long awaited, and this is pretty much besides the bloodline situation and the stuff with Judgment Day. They are sorry about the background noise. If you can hear my little man right now, is having a time of his life. Um, yeah, the fact that they've kept this thing so interesting for so long, and it's actually culminating at SummerSlam is a feat of its own. Because I can't remember the last time WWE or even any other promotion has kept a feud. 1 second, Jace, calm down, please. Come on. Sorry. Yeah. It's crazy. I don't think anyone else has kept a feud going for so long, for 6 months, without them really even having a match in between that or something going on the line. So it's a true feat of its own. And yeah, true testament to what Triple H is doing. Seth Rollins being added into it as well is just oh, for goodness sake.
You good, bro?
Hello?
You good?
You're good, bro. You froze for a second, but you good now.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
we can hear you. We can hear
Okay,
you the
yeah,
whole
sorry.
time.
Yeah. The fact that I lost my train of thought now.
The fact the feud was going for so long.
Yeah, the feud was going for so long, and it's coming up to right now that is, and with the added caveat of Seth Rollins being added to the mix, he could go either way. He could call it down the middle, or just completely just go into business for himself and then cost one of them the match. Either way, uh, it's going to be great. I think this is something there's a pathway for it to be like a 3 or 4 month feud that will involve actual matches in between. So yeah, it's a true testament to them, and it's to the point where I don't even know what is the best who wins. I'm fine with either one of them winning, whether it's McIntyre or Punk, and it might go into bad blood. Either way. I'm looking. It's one of the ones where I just want to sit back and enjoy the ride because I know whatever happens, we ain't gonna complain about it. The fact that we are still hyped up for it 6 months down the line, and it's still hot now. Yeah, whatever happens, it happens, man. So yeah, it's all good on my end.
For sure. And I definitely agree with you that it's the fact that to the point you made, they haven't even touched match wise and
Mm.
we have been invested in the feud. They've done a very great job finding ways to progress the feud. Obviously, it comes in monumental moments like Money in the Bank, and other pay-per-view matches and whatnot. But it's uh it's pretty impressive to kind of just figure out that their storytelling is so good that they can have us as fans super intrigued to it. I want to read a couple comments. First and foremost, El Jefe telling you Chaos Curse of the Green Screen is hit again. Knew the 4K camera was too good to be true.
No, no. If you talk about the freeze, that was not technical difficulties. My son tugging at the cable, so it's not. It's all good. It's all good.
Blaming it on little man.
Hell
Now you
yeah.
I'm messing around.
You hate to
We
see
got
it.
got a great comment right here. Number one Superfly saying what Seth should do at SummerSlam. That if he's still mad at CM Punk, pull a Montreal screw job and purposely screw Punk by falsely stating Punk tapped out when Punk never did. That's a very intriguing way to book it. Part of me kind of wants Drew to get over and win at SummerSlam as so we can build like Seth kind of screwing over Punk and us getting Seth versus Punk at Bad Blood. That part of me kind of wants that. I feel like that would be a pretty neat way to book upon it, but we'll have to see. That's the beauty of it. It can go in a lot of directions, like Chaos was saying, and then of course we got a nice hello from Yasin
Hello.
Meha. How's it
Hi.
going? I gotta ask you, Jordy, what are your thoughts, everything related to this SummerSlam matchup, and are you for or are you for not having the special guest referee?
Oh, I'm for it, 100%. I think it's a clever move. I think you can tell that the fans are clambering for it in a sense, because when you think back to way back, so even Drew and Seth, when Punk was injured, so Drew and Seth at WrestleMania, people wanted Punk to potentially be the referee. Even with the whole Cody and Roman thing with The Rock, the people were shouting for The Rock to be a special guest referee. They've added it back into the 2K games, so they obviously know that maybe it's something that fans that have gone from wrestling and maybe have come back because of this new era and how good it is. It's something that we enjoy. I think literally from every perspective, it's a clever move. And I know I'm quite often very silly on this podcast, but it's from a business point, in all seriousness, the way that they're looking at this feud, you've got three top guys, like top guys, all three of them. And you can book them in so many different ways right now. And that going forward, like you say, so however this match ends, have Punk and Seth spin out of it and have a feud of their own. And then you can probably, it's been long enough to be able to run back Seth and Drew again. And you might even be able to stretch this all the way till Mania and hit that triple threat at that point, because being able to book three guys of that caliber all into the same match is such a great thing to have from a booking perspective, as well as us as fans, something we want to see. It's just great from all fronts. I don't know if they'll necessarily be able to stretch it that far, but yeah, I think it's a gold mine in a sense of having all three of them tied up in this feud that makes sense. It really makes sense. It's not like they're just throwing people together. And obviously the finale is going to be a triple threat match whenever it may happen. But I'm here for the ride, man. I think I did say it got a little bit stale at points. Not stale, somewhat predictable to a point where it was like, I need to see Drew and Punk fight now. So it's been announced with ref freaking Rollins in there as well. So I'm all for it, mate.
I like that, ref freaking Rollins. That's pretty slick. Yeah, it's definitely it's interesting. I think Seth is just that variable where we don't know what the direction is gonna be. Um, man,
Especially what's going to happen next week as well. Like, what's this about? He's going to go through the rules. Like, what does that entail? We never had that before. So yeah, it's
it,
crazy.
I just realized something too, like, and this is not in topic of, it's sort of in topic of the match, but like, I feel like Raw and SmackDown in a sense are night and day at times, because I feel like the booking of the men's division and the women's division to an extent too are just a lot better on Raw than SmackDown, and I feel like I don't know what they be doing with these drafts because they're so like stacked on the men's side. Like you're thinking about it, these are three guys that are like main event dudes that are not even in the title picture right now. And then you still have Damian, you still have Jay Uso, you got Sami Zayn, you got Gunther. Like I'm looking at SmackDown, and I'm seeing Cody go back to going against the Bloodline, rinse, wash, and repeat. Obviously, it's a new variation of it, and I love Jacob Fatu and Solo a lot. The Tonga boys are okay to me. I'm not gonna
Logan
act
and
like
LA Knight has been taking forever. Like, I'm happy we're finally getting there, but that feels like it's taken longer than
yeah,
it should.
yeah. And then you got guys. I mean, I'm not saying they don't, right? You have obviously. I want to see the Randy Orton feud happen
Yeah,
at some point,
I
but it's
agree, man.
like,
I agree. As like I speak on this podcast about both last week, for example, and weeks before,
hmm
and we're at a point with a Tuesday show when we're reviewing Raw. Like I say, so we're not talking about Zelina, who got a win last night because there's no room. We're not talking about Uncle Howdy. We're not even Damian Priest, the champion isn't even on the topics because there's that much going on. Whereas when it's
Yeah.
on SmackDown, it's like I get a topic and I'm like, I'm gonna have to stretch this out a little bit. Like it's just kind of night and day, like you said.
I know it's an extra hour, but it's like I
It
don't
just
know.
shows that the draft was so pointless because like look at the main reason they did it is because obviously the NFL draft was happening. There was no
Yeah,
real end game as to when it was due. It was weirdly placed, but yeah, it is what it is. That's their problem to sort out. Me personally, I'm enjoying both shows equally. But I agree, it's definitely more top heavy on Raw than it is on SmackDown. But yeah,
for
like they're
sure.
right. They're
I
finding
feel like it
like
used to be the same. It used to be the other way though, probably going
yes.
into WrestleMania. I feel like when Roman and stuff was around, it was 100% SmackDown was better, and Raw was an extra hour, and it was like, damn, like
It
we're against
Smack
it here.
and the thing is, SmackDown is still heavily driven on like bloodline booking, and then like you have like you said over here, you now you add the element to the Wyatt Six in it too, right? You got Chad Gable. Like there's a lot
Mm-hmm.
of like great superstars on it. And then SmackDown, I feel like they got more stars in the women's division. They just don't know how to book it right because that's a whole nother topic. But that's neither here or there. We could probably discuss that for an hour in regards to it. But nothing is always perfect. But what is perfect is matches that Ilya Dragunov is part of on Monday Night Raw because I feel like this guy hasn't really missed on a match when it comes to just being able to deliver. And him and Braun, like these two dudes are like literally wrestling soulmates at this point because they've run this match so many times and I've been drawn into it and enjoyed it every single time. We had an Intercontinental number one contenders match. Winner gets to go against Sami Zayn. Braun Breaker beats him, and he beats him to a point where he can no longer fight. So I like the ending a lot. I thought you don't let Ilya take the pin, keeps him kind of strong in a sense. I'm a little sad that Ilya is not kind of getting an opportunity where he's winning a lot. It's kind of like Carmelo Hayes on SmackDown, if I had to connect a parallel. But like, it doesn't hurt him so much because I know they are so young and they are called up. But we get Braun and Sami Zayn for SummerSlam. Um, a lot of people didn't like the booking decision for that, and maybe we can get course correction. I'm gonna pass it to you, Chaos. I want to know your thoughts just on the match itself, and then the direction of this Intercontinental title. Are you excited for Sami and Braun round two, or do you think we kind of missed on the mark with it? We're not letting him win that Money in the Bank.
The match itself, I mean, let's just first say, I just want to say that Braun Breaker and Dragunov are, in my opinion, the epitome of what the next generation is because I feel like these guys can be lifers for WWE. Like they ain't gonna, there's nowhere else that is better or no, I can imagine them being other than WWE. And I feel like the fact that they always have amazing chemistry every time. They face each other in NXT. They've faced each other numerous times on Raw and whatnot, and they somehow keep it fresh. And you just don't know what crazy bump Ilya's going to take or what crazy hit Break is going to take. And yeah, it was just fascinating. The I think he did like a suplex and made him like go chest first into the ring post. That knee that Breaker took as well. From Ilya earlier on. It's it was a hard hitting, a convincing match. It wasn't to the point where they wasn't trying to be like New Japan in terms of strong style or anything like that. It was as hard hitting in its own WWE way, and it's like what we can expect for the next generation who is going to take the product from the Ortons, from the Zanes, and everything like that. They can lead it on, and the future's bright for them, 100%. I can see what you mean about with Dragunov and Carmelo Hayes being almost like parallels. The differences between them is that Hayes keeps on getting pinned. Ilya, his matches just never finish. There's been so many times where there's just been non-finishes or whatever. So they're doing whatever they can to protect him. With Hayes, he's just taking L's. But I know his time will come. Eventually, it will. It has to. But yeah, I was surprised that they're not turning this into a triple threat match. Um, but uh, but yeah, it was I'm fine with that. Braun Breaker is getting the these. rematch against Zayn, there's no chance in hell that he's gonna lose again. I mean, they're giving it to him on the big one of the big pay-per-views, and clearly they have so many like they have big plans for him. So the best place is to keep breaking down Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn has that underdog, mindset in terms of he's no matter what he throws at me, I'm still gonna be there, and he has to beat me. I'm the IC champion and everything, but he's just keep on getting broken down until Braun Breaker just takes him to the back of the shit and just puts him down. Oh, hello. Hello.
Wow, bro, you changed.
I know. I'm good at this magic stuff. Yeah, it's all good. Um, but yeah, no, it was. I'm fine with it being a singles match. Ideally, I wanted to be a triple threat, but Ilya's chance will come eventually. But yeah, either way, they're gonna put in a great match, and I think there's gonna be like an OMG moment. I think between them two, but yeah, we'll see how it is. But yeah, I'm fine with the ending, 100%.
My bad, bro. I was just trying to take your thunder from you.
You're just feeling yourself, isn't it? You're just like, yeah, it's talking too much.
Nah, for sure. I mean, it it is interesting to kind of just see that, like, even we were talking about it earlier, like even that side, like this portion of like the mid card section, right, with the intercontinental competitors, it's still like darn good too, man. Like they really got a lot of guys over there, so I'm super excited to see what goes on with them and whatnot. And yeah, man, it, yeah, are you guys both in agreement that Braun is gonna get this at SummerSlam? Like Jordy, do you think Braun's gonna
Surely,
get?
Yeah,
surely.
I'll be very shocked. I thought he was going to last time. I'll be very shocked if he doesn't do it this time. Like, really, where does Braun go from then? He's lost to him twice. Surely we
That's
don't
what
run
I'm
it
saying.
back for a
Like
three-peat. Surely it's
we
not.
we already we already got that similar storyline with McIntyre. He's had how many chances at the title, and he keeps on coming short. So yeah, I don't think they're gonna do that again. They can't do that again with Braun Breaker. Like
Pull the
yeah,
trigger. That's what
pull
I
the
think
trigger.
now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
For
for sure.
sure,
Sami
for
Zayn got his
sure,
moment.
for
Yeah,
sure, for sure. Um, what is a champion in all of our hearts are our good buddies at Next Level, and I must say, as I cut this to me, uh, you guys gotta support them, man. NXConnect.me/Wrestling Republic. That's where you will be able to see all of our content across all platforms in one linked place. You want to see our website, it's there. Instagram is there. YouTube, all of that. They also have an app and they have a community where they are connecting with a lot of people in wrestling spaces. It is cool to see. They're very hands on in regards to how the app is and how the website is, and it's super easy to use. Myself, whenever anybody asks me, hey, how can I listen to your podcast, I send them that URL link right there, and they're able to find everything and support. So rock with it. Also, I gotta say, they are known to give people free stuff. They've had contests prior before where they flew someone to WrestleMania, they flew somebody to the Raw after Mania, got them the hotel, all that stuff situated. They're getting people WWE 2Ks. I know a lot of people complaining about the DLC pack today, but you could get a free 2K where you won't have to complain about it and play as all the good football players on that, as well as just bucks for the WWE shop. So keep rocking with them, support them, man. They some great dudes over there too, and we love working with them. So yeah, let's get back to Monday Night Raw though, and let's talk about our main event. And I'm not going to lie to you, this was a very old regime booking because one, Mr. I'm not going to say his name, was very notorious in regards to letting the champs get booked. I think when the Usos were champs at one point, they was taking pins and losses when they were kind of being the cronies in a sense to Roman. And a lot of people don't like it. I feel like if you lose a tag team match and you're the champs, you might as well just give the titles up to the competition. They went against a reunited, speaking of the Usos, Bloodline esque. My man Sami Zayn and Jay Uso. Sammy protecting Jay as he was getting his behind beat by the Judgment Day because Daddy Don was not respecting Mr. J asking Rhea to go to Waffle House. But Jay and Sammy get the win. Um, I'm curious to see what the direction is because I do think it might be a bit of a foreshadow after the Sammy Zayn match is done in regards to Braun. Where does he, reunite with Uso? Because they're both Jay's not really doing much right now, right? So I'm curious to see what goes on with that, and I'm also curious to see what you have to say about that, Jordy.
It's an interesting one for me. I completely understand what people say in terms of you shouldn't have your tag champs get beat. I get it. I do get it. However, when you look at it and you break it down, it is JD McDonough taking a haluva kick followed by an Uso splash. An Uso splash that was enough to pin Roman Reigns for the first time in hundreds of days. Like, I don't think it's the end of the world necessarily. Maybe it's not the best of options. I do completely get that. But I think it's going to be something that we maybe see play out down the line. As I said earlier, I think Sammy losing to Braun is nailed on at SummerSlam. So where does Sammy go after that? Jey Uso's kind of floating around on the main roster right now. Very popular, very over. Sammy's very popular. They do have history. I wouldn't say that it's just like, for example, Baron Corbin and Apollo Crews who are just thrown together, it seems. Or like a Braun and a Ricochet. And I was a fan of those two guys. It's some two people who have had history. Those two particularly did have a lot of history in that bloodline story as well, with Jay kind of being the one that was not accepting Sammy at first and then turned out being the only one that defended him as the story came to a close. Sammy obviously being one of the first people that was there when Jay came over. I think it could make sense in the long run. I don't think we should read that much into it. But I completely understand that it it isn't the best of luck, I guess, to get your champions pinned because the tag team divisions aren't really at the best right now. I think it's fair to say. So it's kind of not a nail in a coffin, but it's kicking someone while they're down, I guess, in a sense. It's not going to do anything to elevate that division. But yeah, I think we could potentially be seeing a Sammy and Jay reunited run, potentially a run at the tag belts. I don't know. But if the option is for Roman to come back and potentially realign this OG bloodline, for Jay and Sammy to already be partners together at that point, it kind of would work. So I don't know. I don't think I'm as annoyed as a few people are about it, but I can completely understand why maybe it isn't the best booking decision going forward and a little bit old regime, like you said, Shad.
Yeah, and here's my thing, right? I'm not completely like I'm not saying this the end of the world. This isn't doomsday to me at all, right? This is a TV match. Jey Uso and Sami Zayn is a champion as well. Jey Uso was one of the top guys on the roster, so I get it. They're a pretty OP team in general, but it's kind of just the tail of the corn for the Judgment Day for these guys. They take a lot of losses in regards to it, and I know it's because they are heels. If we are establishing them as champions, doesn't benefit them a lot. Um, but like I said, it could be foreshadowing. And I gotta say this: your point that you made in regards to the Roman, and it maybe potentially helping them down the road with the new bloodline, and Sammy obviously being the honorary Oos, and then kind of having a reunion. It could very well happen, and I think it is a good way because out of all of them, Sammy and Jay are the ones that should be the most scorned by Roman, right?
And
They're the
almost
ones.
like trauma bond, like because they
Yeah,
went through it together and they understand each other and they both came out of it. So I can almost imagine a situation where Jey Uso's going, I'm not coming unless Sammy's coming with me. You know what I mean?
exactly.
Like, so yeah.
No, exactly. I definitely agree with that. We got a couple comments I want to go before we get to the last topic. We got number one from the last topic we talked about. Braun should win by any means necessary at SummerSlam. Have Braun cheat, and then after just have Braun spam his finisher on Sammy and absolutely destroy him. What does Sami Zayn do to you, number one Superfly? Why do you want him to just get absolutely
Yeesh.
destroyed? Now Braun is doing great work, and I think once he gets that title, it's gonna really elevate him continuously as a character. Not friend of the show, hater of the show, Soul. Session says Judgment Day have not defended their titles since they won them a month, and they're losing to two singles guys matched up. Tag titles mean nothing on the main roster. Yeah, I think the same thing is also happening on AEW because I believe the Young Bucks lost to the Acclaimed. Yeah, I believe so, if I'm not mistaken on that. And they haven't really defended that much too since. So let's call a
with the
spade a
worst with the worst championship belts ever, might I add. Just saying.
let's call a spade a spade. I'm sorry. Why not have JD and Dom tag and have Dom get pinned and not harm the actual tag champs? Why does JD gotta be teaming with him? Why can't it be Carlito and Dom? To
That's a fair
to your
point.
to your point, so right? Why does a champ have to lose any part? Why is the champ not tagging with his tag partner? I'm
Hmm.
just saying. I'm just saying. Anyways, let's get to what everyone's been waiting for. And it is everything that has to do with the best love story in professional wrestling. The triangle that is Dominik Mysterio, the luckiest man in the entire universe. Is it Liv? Is it Rhea? Is it Liv? Is it Rhea? Well, last night he made his choice. Liv Morgan, Daisy Dukes and all, gotta, just put that out there. If y'all gonna bash me for it, I'm sorry. Coming out there and you know, cutting a promo from there, telling telling Rhea that, you know, Dom doesn't go for girls like you. She goes for girls like me. And Dom cuts himself a very, very good promo. I gotta let me just put that out there. There is a lot of criticism on the guy in regards to if a lot of people are like he's just getting all this, BS. He ain't really that good. No, last night that man cut a heck of a promo on it from doing it from just saying stay away from me getting angry and then cutting it and synchronizing it with the Spanish. Like I thought Dom really made that, and you can tell he made that because the crowd was listening to it. They wasn't booing him. They were taking in the moment and they were listening to that. And he ultimately told her, you know, piss off. I'm with my mommy. Rhea and him celebrate. She licks his face, and it looks like he made his choice. Now the question here as we go into SummerSlam, did Dominik Mysterio make the right choice? And all three of us will talk about this. We're going to start it off with Chaos because he's the neutral person here.
Oh yeah, I'm hella
Neutral.
neutral. Yeah, of course. What you on about? What you on
Yeah.
about? I am like I'm in the middle. I'm a middleman right there. I'm the special guest referee. Anyway. This was a sight, wasn't it? And yeah, obviously we have to start it off. Obviously, the Judgment Day playing 2K in the back. That's what they ever flipping do. And yeah, Rhea just had enough of it, saying, "Look, we're going to the ring. We got to sort this out." And yeah, like I said, they cut a great promo. Liv saying like, she don't want good looking guys don't want someone that looks like you. They want someone that looks like this. And yeah, like Rio was like saying, "Look, let me get at her." I was saying, "No, I got this. Let me handle this." I thought he wasn't going to do anything. I thought he was just going to just fold as he usually does. And then obviously, yeah, I need to go and see what the translation was with what he said in Spanish. But yeah, I think that was probably his best promo ever so far. And yeah, he did it convincingly. But the thing is, I'm still not convinced. I feel like he's gonna be a turncoat, and somehow Liv is going to retain at SummerSlam. I feel she's gonna pull off an upset thanks to him, somehow. And I think that's when he's gonna finally see the the evaporation of the Judgment Day with Rhea saying, because like clearly she's the main baby face out of that group, soon to be Damian Priest. But yeah, I just feel like it's so part of a plan. I mean, like you see Liv was crying, but she wasn't crying. Like when they did a zoom up, I was totally expecting her to start smiling at the end when they did a close up shot of her walking away crying, but it didn't look like she was crying. But yeah, I agree. I don't think he made the right choice. He should have went with Liv. I'm sorry, but I think he's waiting to do. It's going to be a similar situation to when Trish with Chris Jericho, and then just turn on Chris to go with Christian. I think it's gonna be something like that. And yeah, it's what better place to do it than on the one of the biggest pay-per-views, also PLEs on of the year. So yeah, man, it's very spicy, but yeah, that's where my heart lives. I like, but at the end with that lick, I was just like, if I went a Christian, man. But no, yeah, it was great peak TV, and I'm all here for it. But yeah, if I went a Christian, that's what I'm saying.
Nah, and I'm glad that you have sense. Jordy, I'm just gonna let you talk about the take because I think you and I are gonna have a little debate after that. Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Right. Okay, I'll start off by saying, like you guys said, Liv had the audacity to look at Rhea and say, gorgeous guys like Dominik do this, gorgeous guys like Dominik do that. Liv, you don't speak for us, okay? I know what gorgeous guys like Dominik go for, right? We go for loyalty and we go for tendies. However, our loyalty cannot be bought by tendies. That's the thing where it's where you've got it all wrong. I don't think Dominik has done anything wrong. I think he's the victim in all of this. I think he's only human. The word bully got thrown around. I don't think that's necessarily fair. But it was pushing him around. It was a bit much, Rhea, okay? But I think at this point now, he let Liv know how he feels. It was a bit harsh. Well, I'll say that. I don't like to see anyone sad. And if Liv is truly sad, then that's not great. But he let her know every time. Every time he was like, please stop, please stop, please stop. Eventually the kid's going to pop. And like you said, it was the first time I've seen a crowd listen to him. So that's how you know he was passionate. We'll see if it was the right move going down the line.
Jordy, what? The thing is, Liv is attendee. That's what I'm saying. So I don't think he's made the right decision. I think he will eventually, but Liv is attendee.
No.
I'm sorry.
Listen, he's staying loyal. He's doing the right thing. So far anyway, if he turns on her at SummerSlam, it's going to be a sad day in my household. But
I'm just gonna keep it real with you, bro. I think you got it all mixed up. To be honest with you, we talk about Dominik is the victim. Liv Morgan is the victim.
Yeah.
Have we forgot that Rhea Ripley, the bully that I said it first, all right? I ain't hiding behind the can with it. That bully, Miss Rhea Bloody Ripley, there is a track record. Initially, when they were tag team champs, when they lost, what did she do? Turned on Liv. Few months ago prior to it, before Liv, was almost a year ago, Rhea attacked Liv, injured Liv. This revenge tour is like so needed because this girl has done everything bad to Liv. I don't understand why Liv is painted as the heel.
Out of Liv and Rhea, you might be right. I'm talking exactly. It's between Liv and Rhea, brother. Dom's done nothing wrong, and he's getting dragged around. Nah, he's getting put in these situations by Finn. By the way,
he's scared of Rhea Ripley.
Nah.
I mean, of course, wouldn't you like? What would you?
If somebody licks me, I'm not scared of him. My dog licks me, I'm not scared of my dog.
But that's for the wrong reason.
He doesn't know better. That's crazy. He don't know better, bro. This is the thing, right? This is like the first girl he has been with in his life in kayfabe, but it's the first girl he's been with his life. But now, it went away, and he got a taste of something else, right? And now
let's be real. Let's be real. Like Rhea, what Rhea does to Dom, it's not a love thing. I think it's just like he's in
control.
A guilt suit and all that. With Liv now,
it's full control.
Hey, it's fatal attraction with Liv. Look, so man, what would you rather have? You know what I'm saying?
She's just in it to hurt Rhea, and if that's the game, that's the game. Rhea might have done some stuff to deserve it. That's the game. But Dominik is gonna get hurt, and that's what I worry about, boys. I'm in it for the boys.
The fans are speaking, man. So Liv is the scapegoat.
Nah.
Right? Liv
Listen,
Morgan
come
is the
for me.
victim. Liv Morgan literally is the victim in the situation, and
That's what I'm saying.
I'm utterly like I'm flabbergasted that you, Mister Jordy, are here to paint a picture to seem like she is some sort of like villain. She is not a villain. She may be the biggest baby face in the WWE at the time.
100%.
At the moment,
You guys are crazy.
there is not a bigger baby face than Liv Morgan at the moment in the WWE.
So what?
She's a bigger baby face than Cody Rhodes.
I'm a Liv
She
Morgan fan, lads. But just she's wrong in this situation. All
she's
right,
trying.
that's all I'm saying.
It's two
Dom will
birds,
see
one
sense at
stone.
SummerSlam. Dom will see sense. Don't worry. Don't worry. He will
Oh,
choose the Kennedy.
I'm shaving my mustache off. I've told you. If that happens, it's going.
It's two birds, one stone. It's two birds, one stone, man. It's gonna be a situation
Look, I
where
made Ben do push-ups after WrestleMania. You're going to shave your mustache.
what's the
so don't
bet?
worry.
You're shaving your y'all doing a what's
Only,
the bet between
only
y'all?
if Dom turns at SummerSlam, like if he
Okay, if he
fully
turns.
betrays Rhea, you know, like none of this. He's got if it's shenanigans and he does something wrong by accident. Nah, I want an official like he's turned on her. You know,
Okay, fine. Yeah, if he turns on her, then yeah, you have to shave your.
not like throws the chair in by accident, nothing like that. Like I want him to like.
Liv is the
I want
champion
Rhea
we
to be
need.
sad and Dom to be like arm round Liv, laughing at her. This was the plan all along, and I do not believe that to be the case. Dom's
No,
just getting strung along like a little yo-yo.
so and obviously I said this a few weeks ago. I think Roxanne Perez as a champion, women's champion, has been the best one in WWE. But I
Mhm.
think Liv Morgan has probably been the best character in WWE like these last few months. I think her character
Yeah,
work
probably.
has been top notch, and I know this is the thing, right? This topic, this storyline is apparently not for everyone, right? And I can understand that, but if we're talking about just as it's like watching it's like literally watching like a drama. It's like we're having a review of some drama every week, and we break it down, and there's a different episode every week to it. And you gotta give all parties their credit. You gotta give Dom, Rhea, Liv, Carlito especially for the comedic timing, right?
That's cool.
That's cool.
That's
Like
cool.
everything tied to it is great, but I don't know, man. I think we may need to take this to the table, Chaos.
I
The
think so. I
live,
think this sounds like a debate episode. I might have to do this.
I think Shad Talks Graps challenge you, Jordy in the Bank, to take it to the table to close out this Liv versus Rhea Ripley debate because I am not allowing you to put dirt on her name anymore. Liv Morgan is the champion we deserve, as my buddy over here, the champion we need, as they said. But that's all we have for the rest of this show. All right,
I
we gon' we
accept.
gon'
I formally accept. I'll see you there. I can't believe
Done.
that it's a debate.
we got it,
Cool.
man. We got it. All right, well, that's all the time we have here. I do appreciate y'all too. This is always one of the funniest, best shows of the week. This is definitely this storyline deserves a Golden Globe at some point whenever they issue those out. But but appreciate you guys. Appreciate everybody in the comments today and all that are watching on Instagram as well. Remember, Monday through Friday, actually every single day of the week, we are at the same exact time now. So that's 8 p.m. UK, 3 p.m. Eastern, 12 Pacific, 2 Central Time, whatever the other time zones. Y'all can figure it out. That's what Google's for. Thank you guys again, and we'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace.
Peace.